Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Two Diddies. I'm your host, Ross, and this is my co-host, Stephen.
Today we've got a man who's been in the comedy scene for 20 plus years, Mr. Rob Kane.
19. But
Oh,
anyway,
there we go. We fucked it straight away. You lied to us in Costa. You lied to us in Costa.
I lie to lots of people in Costa.
Right, let's we go. So what's been happening recently then? Any gigs of the weekend there?
No, that weekend, just before it, I was over in Dover. I wasn't in Dover,
I've been
mate.
there as well.
I didn't go to Cali, mate.
Get a ferry.
I wasn't at the cliffs, mate. I wasn't at the White Cliffs. No, I was I was up in Verbervie, mate, near Montrose.
Right.
I done a gig for a guy in a fucking Masonic lodge in Inverbervie, mate. There was actually more photos of fucking past masters on the ward than what there was people at the gig.
Is that a usual gig for you?
Many laughs, many
Just
laughs.
a Tuesday, mate. Just a Tuesday, mate.
How's that smiling people?
That's me definitely not getting any more gigs now because I mentioned my background.
I was gonna say.
I'm not Masonic.
No. But you've been taught about your background then, so you grew up living with your grandparents?
Aye, mate, my wee granny brought me up, mate. My wee granny brought me up. She was typical kind of wee Glasgow granny. Didn't miss a trick and sharp as a tack and told you what it was like and put you in your place, didn't let you get above your station. No one, wee women.
You can
You
see that.
miss that these days. You miss that these days. You don't got that as much.
You can tell with some people these days they haven't been brought up with a granny anyway. They get everything dealt with them.
100%.
Mate, tell you what, mate, but it's good. But I used to give my granny bingo money whenever I brought a lassie home. Know what I mean?
So bingo for the both. Was it bingo for the both of you?
She was at the bingo every night.
A full house, mate.
You didn't have two fat ladies with you, did you?
Oh, yeah. That was extra, mate.
And whereabouts was it you grew up? What kind of area are you from?
Drumchapel, mate.
Oh, nice
Chapel,
one.
right.
That's my guy, a local
Same as
man.
Stephen.
Kind of on the show there now, mate, so it's
Oh,
good.
you passed the baton on to myself.
I thought I recognised you.
Nobody comes and goes without my permission in there, boy, so it's
You
all
weren't
good.
that guy peeking at my school, were you?
I was, mate.
You did that.
I seen him and all.
I'm surprised you noticed me. I'd heard back then.
So did that.
It was
my
the face. Oh, I remember. Guys eating in the back.
I love podcasts where people laugh at themselves. Brilliant.
100%. You
that's
can't
why we're
laugh
here.
at yourself.
That's why we're
mate.
here.
We're called the Two Diddies, mate. You can't fucking
I
laugh
know,
at yourself.
exactly, mate.
So obviously back then, what school would that have been you went to?
So I went to Pinewood.
Oh, so
Primary.
did I.
Oh, did you?
I was the last year before it got fucking burnt to the ground.
Ah.
Gravel pitch used to it, aye.
I love
Aye,
that, mate.
I love that
Always
place.
flooding in the one corner.
Aye. So I stayed just round the corner for there, so I did in
Kinford?
Southdean.
Oh,
Southdean, just
right,
just
aye.
across for the fitma pitches.
Amazing.
Aye. You're saying yourself stayed in Southdean as well, but you were more the other neck of the woods at the...
I stayed about my Linkwood.
Aye.
When my wee granny got the wee new houses that get built there,
Aye,
remember?
they were nice there. I was in
Aye,
the
that
shite
was-
ones on Lang Road.
Aye.
Aye.
I was in the big ones up in Bearsdown.
Aye, I know. That's why he's been demoted to that wee seat, because they bring him back down a peg.
In fairness, I think I used to steal his milk.
I knew it was you.
I used to go there at Halloween every time we get a bit of dough. There was the orgies, it was fucking
go there.
50p.
All lights for half.
Used to get the branded sweeties up there in the drum. In the drum, you get the fucking fine fair ones. Remember fine fair?
Someone's mum make homemade fudge. I can't do apples, none of it. Oh, here you go, fucking eat that, you wee shite.
Monkey nuts with empty shells, not that.
Oh, mate.
Took some to the nuts that day, then gave you them.
Why are these damp for? Sucked on it. Oh, brilliant. So in school then, were you the class clown, but obviously the part on that, you're getting out the new?
No.
No?
No, I was,
Fell for it there?
no, mate, I was always. I remember, like, for like P1 to P5 or something. I remember I was dead quiet in class. I was always I was quite clever, believe it or not, quite tuned in. And I remember one day I kind of done something, or I think I got a laugh in class for say, like slagging a teacher or something. I just remember the laughter.
Oh, the euphoric feeling.
That kind of moment where the kind of camera pans round and kind of sees everyone's kind of faces laughing at you. And it's like, and you just kind of rise up. And then I'm still in the corridor and I'm facing the wall. My wee duffel coat with the big buttons on it. Remember the brown?
Oh, no,
brown
I
duffel
remember looking
coats?
at old photos.
So I'm standing there facing the corner. They used to make you face the corner, man, in the corridor. And I wasn't allowed to go at playtime. I kept it at playtime because I was slagging the teacher.
Oh, I love that.
I remember the deputy head tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around. She went, "Robert Kane." You're surprised it was me. I was like, "Sorry, miss." What would your grandmother think? I was like, "I don't know. It's probably steaming."
She's at the bingo. I'm bringing a bum back.
No, mate, calm down.
So is that kind of...
I was a late starter, mate. I was 10.
Is that kind of where the comedy side came in? Is that kind of where you started thinking about doing comedy? Like, when did you start? When was that?
Well, see, to be honest with you, I was always kind of like good at kind of patter amongst my mates. Always sharp, mate. Always sharp. I remember like kind of getting brought up my wee granny in her house and stuff at the weekends. She'd have a wee tip on, or pals would be around, and you'd hear the kind of roars of laughter come from the living room.
Aye.
And I was made in my room on my Super Nintendo and all that, know what I mean? Or my Commodore CPC 464
aye.
playing Paperboy.
Typewriter.
Nintendo 64.
Playing Olympic games, LA Olympic games, bashing X and Y and all that, make the wee guy run fast. Remember
I
that?
remember.
And I'd hear the laughter, mate. And I'd just pop in. My wee granny would be stoning the fag, kind of
Oh,
pointing.
I love that.
And the laughter, right? So,
Aye,
oh,
brilliant.
Maggie. And I didn't know what we were laughing at, but I'd kind of sneak in behind the couch and be like, get to your bed. And,
Aye.
mate. So I kind of learned early that if you're funny, people like you, I guess.
Oh, aye.
So I guess kind of using humour to kind of, I don't know, I guess it comes a wee bit of insecurity and all
It's
that
a wee
as well.
defence
aye.
mechanism, innit? Sometimes
it is,
it's why
mate.
I do. No, I'm a fucking comedian, but you slag yourself
You'll
first,
know.
and then I'll be coming for your job, by the way. That Clyde Bar gig is gone. But no, you do. I think if you slag yourself first, then no one can really say
nobody
anything.
can
You're like,
slag
I
you.
just said that.
So that's how I kind of do gigs as well. See, like I do a lot of hosting at gigs. So I open up and kind of do a wee bit of self kind of deprecation. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
And then that kind of gives you a license to then go and get ripped into people in the front row. You know what I mean?
Because it's know you're just out there fucking caning cunts.
As soon as you walk, you're like, you're a prick, you're a prick,
You see it, by the way. You
You're a
see a lot.
wanker, you're under the thumb. You're a
You see a lot of comedians doing that though these
Aye.
days.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think there is a skill to it, mate. I think there's
Oh,
a skill to crowd
100%.
work.
Yeah.
Crowd work.
Definitely.
You get your people, obviously, like your Paul Smiths and stuff that are very known for
Just
the crowd work.
all crowd work.
But I've seen yourself doing the hosting, obviously, at Blackfriars and stuff,
aye.
and you give everyone it, and then you go revert it back to yourself, which is always
Yeah.
good.
Aye, mate, that's it. You need to, because people need to feel comfortable before they laugh and all.
100%.
And if you're coming attacking somebody, you know what I mean? And you
You
don't know what kind of day somebody's had as
That's-
well.
That's
We were talking about that actually.
it's the way people treat yourself. Like some people don't know the day you've had, so even that heckle could just be like wee hang, but you're like,
Aye.
do you know
yeah,
what? And people
send
are-
you over the edge.
Aye, mate, I know. There has been times where I've kind of been through a wee bit of a dark patch in myself, and you come out on stage and people say stuff, you know what I mean? And you're like that. And you
Aye,
end up-
I bet be a
take it.
and it hits you
backstepper.
back a wee
Yeah.
bit, you know what I mean? Then you just do material, get you back into the flow, and then you just come back and say, remember you caught me? And then you go back.
Aye, and then you ease into it a bit.
But my pal Viv, who I did her kind of 10-week comedy course when I first started, she said that with heckle. She's like, repeat the heckle back, because then maybe know everybody in the audience heard it. So if you repeat it back, then you're kind of validating it, and it
Yeah.
also gives you
Time
thinking
to
time.
think, that's it.
Aye,
Always do
100.
that.
So that's the kind of tip, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you advise the comedy course then?
No.
No.
No,
I clearly doesn't work.
Don't think of it there.
I know.
I wouldn't advise a
But I
PT
failed
either.
it. I failed it.
No, him.
All right.
Oh, me.
Too far.
Right, no,
Too
no,
far.
no.
Sorry.
Oh, slag me, but no you.
Aye.
How
Yeah, I'm
we
like,
found you
I
at
give you
security's
it. I give you it.
You hear?
Aye.
a
Here
giver.
to get back.
He's a giver, no taker.
So see, oh, you know me well.
No, but no, obviously, when I first started, my pal Viv, I was actually working as an actor at the time. I used to do a bit of acting.
Aye.
Yeah.
I've been like a tagger and all that, and a few
Oh,
other
so-
plays and stuff.
So obviously with that, we've got is it episode Hellfire?
Yes.
Nice one. So where do we see you in the episodes? Is it a two-parter you were saying
It's
as
a
well?
two-parter, so I came in at the end of the first parter. I think it's about after like 55 minutes or something. No, I've got it screen saved on that. But I come in about 55 minutes, and it's like 2 hour and a bit episode. So I come in nearly an hour into the first one. My character kind of gets established, and then I'm in a few scenes in the second one as well. And then I won't tell what happens in case somebody wants
Yeah.
to watch
I was
it.
about to say, there's a new episode coming this week, I take it, isn't there?
Aye, that's fair. Is that kind of where your acting career finished, or did you do a few?
No, actually, true story. Talking about my wee granny and that. On the back of that, I actually had audition for the film My Name Is Joe. No, the Ken Loach movie. My Name Is Joe. Have you heard that
No,
film?
no way.
Ah, yeah.
Nah.
So,
I thought it was Rob, but
eh?
I thought it was Rob.
Rob what? My name is
Like-
Rob. I
We've got the wrong guy on here.
Sorry.
fucking did get Rob for the part. Because it was so. What happens is Ken Loach takes in. So it's my pal Carmen, right? So I used to go to this thing called Glasgow Drama Workshop. I was in a school play, Wizard of Oz. I played the Scarecrow, the guy with no brain, fucking typecast, and the woman. So my English teacher was in it, and he played. Can't remember. I think he played the wizard in it, the teacher, and his wife is actually an acting drama coach. And at the end of it, she said to me, "You should definitely pursue this." No, I was only 14 or something, 15. I was like fourth year, and then all the other principal parts were all like fifth and sixth year. So I was like the youngest principal character. And she said, "You should definitely pursue acting and stuff." So she sent me this thing. It used to be in the old RSAMD. It's now called the Scottish Conservatoire, the acting
Yeah.
school at
All right,
Ep.2.
okay, aye.
So I used to go to that a Wednesday night and stuff, and there was all other kind of brilliant performers. So Ken Loach came in. That's how I got to part in Taggart. The Taggart director came in and says, him. So I went audition for Taggart. So Ken Loach came in and picked a couple of us and went for this audition. So I was in with my pal Carmen Piericini. She actually played Kelly Marie in River City for years.
No
Aye,
way.
yeah.
I love
Aye,
that.
yeah.
Tuesday night,
Aye,
8 o'clock,
aye.
man. I love that.
Is she back in it? Is she back
No,
in
I've
it again?
no, my
No,
boys to watch it.
River City, no, I thought it was finished.
It's finishing up
I
soon.
thought it was
Aye,
aye. We Bob, we shell suit Bob.
Aye.
Aye.
So me and Carmen were in this scene. It was actually in the old Rockhill Hospital. So Ken Loach was sitting there. So he basically just gives you like a scene to do.
All right, okay,
So
aye.
Ken Loach was like to me, he's like, "You're like her." He's for Yorkshire. You can tell him classically trained. He's like, "You're like her. She likes you. She goes into your house. Lots of stuff's happening. You don't like it." On you go, scene.
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 So me and Carmen did this scene for about 5-10 minutes. And then afterwards, Carmen was like, "You were brilliant, Rob. You'll definitely get something or that." And I was like, "I felt good. And the same, my wee granny didn't pay the phone bill that month, and the phone got cut off the following day.
Oh, no way.
So on my wee boy's life, and that, I'll never know where I'm at that part.
Oh.
The thing is, there's no need to even lie about that. Stuff.
Aye,
Like,
you've done a lot
I was
since
about to
then
say,
anyway,
is
so I
that, like,
think it's
still
going to
very
define you.
successful yourself, than now. But
Well.
I know you're on here.
And do you feel that the acting side of things helped you with your comedy career?
Oh, the
Yeah.
stage presence must be
Yeah.
massive, especially at that young age, because you know yourself. I could be nervous. Man. I'd be
Yeah,
like, nervous
massively.
doing
I'm
that kind of
shite
stuff.
myself now.
I know.
So that's how it led on, because then I done some kind of acting gigs in theatres and stuff, and then I got a gig with this company called Theatre Works. It was like a year's contract. So you do 2 school tours, and then you do a show at Edinburgh Fringe, a play, and that's where Viv G was in that company. So she was like 10 years older. I was like 20, 21. Viv was like 30. And she was like my big sister. She kind of took me under her wing, kind of when I first went in, because it was all like established actors and stuff. Who were in the company.
Definitely need that though,
Yeah,
being newcomers or
100%.
something,
I was-
especially when you're showing you the right way.
And I was like raw, mate. I was like a wee
Aye.
guy for the drum, 20,
I
21.
love that. Aye.
I thought it was the next
It's
fucking DiCaprio or something. Going so Viv took me, and then doing the plays. I always kind of played the kind of comedy character.
Aye,
in
the
plays.
panel part.
Yeah,
Aye.
aye. And Viv was like, "You should definitely do comedy. You've got brilliant timing." So then me and Viv and a couple of other guys went to go and see some shows in Blackfriars actually. Before it kind of became the Blackfriars it is now. And I seen like when I first starting, like Ross Noble and Des Clark and all the big names like Jim Jeffries. And,
Oh, Jimmy,
Brilliant.
hilarious, by the way.
so like
Unreal.
Ed Bunn and all that were playing
Yeah.
there when they first started.
Really good comedy.
I used to just sit front and
Aye,
centre,
starstruck.
watching it and be like in awe. And Viv's like, "You should come and do the course." So I went and did a comedy course a few years later, and then it's just kind of snowballed for there.
I would love to do a comedy course.
No,
something. I just
100%. I'm always saying it.
I've
I should
said
do
I'd
it.
love to just do it at the
I've
stage,
said
but
to.
this is where this kind of is. No, it's like saying
Yeah.
I'm any good at it, but I'd rather try it and fail than no try it at all.
Listen, and I mean, to try to fail is to try. You know what I
Aye,
mean?
exactly.
Aye,
If you don't do it, you'll never know.
100%.
You mentioned the Edinburgh Fringe there.
Mhm.
Any mad stories about that? I've heard, like, do you go up there and live for the month, or obviously because you can commute back and forward? I've heard many bad stories about the Fringe.
So I see, to be honest with you, it's like I've never really kind of fully immersed myself in Edinburgh.
Right, okay.
I've always kind of dipped in and done kind of guest spots at different shows, because obviously I had a young family now at the time, and we kind of mentioned that off camera. So
yeah, of
so I was
course.
kind of travelling back through doing a few kind of guest spots. I did like the Best of Scottish a few times for a guy who used to run the Scottish Comedian of the Year. So I got to the final with that one year. So I would kind of dip in and do kind of a couple of compilation shows like the best of at the weekends.
Aye.
So I travel through the weekends and do some shows. A couple of years ago, I done a couple of work in progress shows, just a few days here and there. I think unless you're willing to kind of fully immerse yourself, you don't have any commitments. It's good for that.
I do the film
Yeah.
up and
Aye.
get yourself out there. As you say, people do
Exactly.
it for working
100%.
projects if they've got like an hour long show coming
Yeah.
up and stuff like that.
100%, mate. But I've never really kind of fully immersed myself in a full Edinburgh run. It's just, I guess that's where, if you want to kind of kick on and be seen. But I like to think that I'm good enough. Well, I've got enough to be seen elsewhere.
100%.
You know what I
Aye.
mean? Aye.
Especially
For
with
sure.
social media and that these days
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah,
If you,
it's changing now.
So many people have broke through using social media now.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a new, and I'm just starting to kind of catch up on that right
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean?
aye, and
100%.
you've already got years in the game, so once you catch up with the social
Aye,
media side
you
of
need to
things,
capitalise
did you
on
see
it.
people blowing up and not to say they're no funny, but they've just got that one clip,
Aye.
and then after
That's
that, give me 20 minutes.
Mhm.
Couldn't give you 20 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're very funny even just to talk to. Like we were saying that the other day, we've met comedians
Aye.
that are very different from
Aye.
what they are on stage. Whereas
Aye.
I feel with you're very funny in person as well.
I think that's probably
off the
been
camera.
for
Aye.
the drum and stuff like. You need to always be on your
Aye.
toes. Everyone's getting
Aye,
pelted, like see,
probably. Aye,
especially going to Pinewood and stuff like that. Like you're
Aye.
your own fucking
Aye.
skates every day.
You're saying it's fight or flight, and
Oh,
you're
it's
always
always fight.
You're always fight.
Aye,
There's no
yeah.
option,
I know.
mate. And I can't fight if I'm going to save myself. You know what I mean? But
I know.
I can laugh myself at a fight.
That's it. You always had guys like that, but
That is me. I'll make you feel that size, but I'm not getting buttered if I can't slag me off.
I've got neither. I just get dude.
No.
You've obviously done you always done the sightseeing gigs as well. Did you do some city sightseeing gigs?
I done that during the summer there.
Aye,
Actually,
that must be.
I really enjoyed it, but I get dug up a few times for kind of telling people wrong information just for a bit of banter. Know what I mean?
Of course, but how do they know it's wrong? They're trying to find out.
No, because you see them walking about and like to people, is this where dinosaurs used to live?
They still live there. There's a few walking through that fucking John Square today.
I throw a few kind of dad jokes in there, and some like, people didn't know what to take seriously and all that. And
you're asking a comedian to give you sightseeing and then the morning about jokes.
I know.
You're like, what are they?
But it was really good fun, mate. Honestly, I learned so much about Glasgow. Like,
you didn't even know.
I'll ask you now. When was Glasgow founded? When you go?
I actually seen it the other day because it's in Central Station. It was 1886 or so. No.
He's
Sorry.
He's doing that.
No, it was 850 years old. Am I right in saying that?
As a city, as a borough?
As a city, so it was in Central Station. I seen it the other day.
I love how you done that whole ask you the question so you can think first. He's like, how do you say about that fucking...
I know it's 850 years old, my maths isn't very good.
So it became a borough in 1175, but actually was founded in the year 542.
You were close?
I know, 1887.
1886, mate.
My grand was born in 1886.
I've got fucking pads on that.
And you're wearing them a day?
Well, it was 850 years ago.
You're right, it became a borough in 1175,
okay, aye.
There you
That was weird, yeah, sticks.
By order of the king.
And you've got the Glasgow Comedy Festival coming up. Is that next year?
In March.
Aye.
So I was actually texting the guy earlier to get the date so I could plug it. So maybe at the end of it, we'll maybe get a wee tag on.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll be at the bottom of the screen.
Aye.
I bring come on in.
So I'm going to do 2 nights, hopefully, in the Griffin Bar on Bath Street, just close to the King's Theatre. And I'm going to do 2 shows. It's going to be a kind of hybrid show. It's going to be half crowd work, half new material.
Yeah, okay.
So it means if you come both nights, you'll probably see a different show on both nights.
Yeah, we'll be sure
we'll
to
be
come
there.
along.
Get that in the calendar, Chow, for us there.
And what's the biggest gig you've ever done for yourself? What do you feel?
Do you know what? Last year there, actually, just there, and I think it was June, I played Laugh in the Park in Queen's Park, like 900 people there. And I came out and I just kind of tried. I done a wee bit of crowd work. It's hard doing crowd work for 900 people, not
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I done a bit of crowd work that just kicked in right away, and then my material was just hitting everything, man. It was just honestly
one of those nights.
Come off the stage.
Love that.
Wow, man. It was just like, wow, this
Euphoric.
But it made me kind of thirsty to do bigger gigs, I know.
Yeah.
Because the bigger the gig, the more laughs.
Yeah.
You know what I
And the more boodle and all.
Well, no comment in case somebody's watched for the CSA, but
we don't like that.
That doesn't affect my pip. But it's like, but if there's 900 people there, half of them's laughing, it's 450 laughs. You know what I mean? So, but it was more than half.
Must be a crazy feeling.
Who laughed there? Put your hand up.
I was counting, put your hand up, you laugh.
Hopefully your math's better than mine.
No, but it was just, honestly, mate, and even all the comedians that were like, you're absolutely ripped at, mate. You know what I mean? So it was good.
What a feeling.
It was a brilliant lineup, mate. The lineup was like kind of stacked as well.
Yeah.
So just to kind of come off and like rip it was amazing,
And
man.
compete with everyone that's there.
Seeing the other side of that, seeing you've maybe had a shite gig, obviously everyone's going to have a bad
Yeah.
night.
Aye.
See when you come off, is that the other comedians give you a bit of pelters? Do you prefer that, or is it one of the ones you don't talk
Aye.
about?
No, you don't. It's just a kind of, well, sometimes it depends how close
Depends
you
who
are.
it is, that's what I was going to
aye.
get at.
There was an old saying in comedy, if you've had a good gig, nobody will tell you.
Aye, but
know
it's
what I mean?
a shite one.
Yeah.
See, one's got to give you a pause, are they?
There's an old joke, and there's an old joke where the guy's like, the guy comes into the green room in comedy and he's like, oh, I'm just back from New York and I done like a 5-theatre tour, sold out. Guy's like, oh, I didn't hear anything about that. He's like, and then afterwards I went on to LA and I kind of get signed up and I was on the Conan O'Brien show, and then Jimmy Fallon asked me to go on there. I actually stormed it, like 5 million views, and I got like 300,000 new followers on Instagram. Didn't hear that, mate. Then I come back, mate, in Glasgow. I done a wee gig in like Blackfriars and Died Mars. Oh, I heard about that one.
Aye. You always love the failure, don't you?
That's like the old joke, the old story in comedy.
Have you got any stories about maybe
No.
a show? No.
You never had a shite gig, never.
Mate, I remember
Apart from this one.
Oh,
You're flying today.
see, like, so I'm involved in football quite a lot, and I do kind of see comedy a wee bit like football a lot. It's similar where you learn more for the badgings. I mean, so you learn more for when you lose.
100%.
Aye, but for a few stinkers, man, for a few absolute pen and inkers, I'm not gonna lie. Geez, oh man, again, I could rock. I've not that bad in a while, in fairness, but like when I first started, and all that, I remember I was doing a wee gig, and I think it was Nice and Sleazy's actually on
that's a bad you just walking in there.
Downstairs, man. It was all like hipsters and goths, mate. And I was like, this isn't my crowd.
You're like, hey.
And I talked to a guy in the audience, and I was like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a minister. I was like, wow.
What do you mean?
I was like, you're not used to a crowd this big. There's about 12 guys in, mate. And they just hated me, and the man, the goths were like, that's not cool. I'm going to go cut myself
cut
because
my life
of you.
in 2 pieces.
Should have two-footed one of them, man.
Yeah, mate.
I know way in.
I wrote a new bit of material actually recently about it. Because growing up, I think I used to be a bit of a goth. I always used to wear black and all that.
Aye.
I go off in the drum, man.
I
That wouldn't have been doing well.
But I was into football. I think that's why I became a ref. Because of the black.
Black and white.
but remember my granny said to me, open the fucking curtains, you're depressing.
Yeah, wee goth.
That's
me cutting all golf
I had the
fans.
curtains. See, we watched my Taggart. I've got the curtains and all that.
You don't play a golf in Taggart, do you?
No, mate. I play a gimp.
You played that a few times, didn't you?
Just came to
Only for you, mate. I was extra, remember? I was
a
extra.
good night, wasn't it?
But no, I
That's
genuinely had like people used to call me Keanu Reeves. Now I had them mad
Did
curtains
they?
and all that. Apparently, I looked at him in Point Break, and I knew my life's at fucking point fucking zero. And no, but genuinely, my granny, open the curtains, you're depressing me, arsehole. And
I'm enjoying myself.
I'm not making your point. Don't open the curtains.
She's not waiting the bingo in a while. You're like, bring a bun back. Bring a bun back.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake,
I need money for the
There's
bingo.
money, go get a hooker or something. You're depressing. But I'm single, granny. But
Makeup all great.
curtains fucking off. Curtains onto one side and all that fucking mascara running down. And, I didn't wear mascara, but anyway. And so I remember, so I wrote a joke where, let's see that joke where you sit on your horn. So your horn goes numb as long as you can. So
is that a joke?
No, but my punchline is you set your horn so it feels numb, so it feels as if somebody else is slashing your wrist.
I wasn't doing that.
I wasn't expecting.
That's what comedy is,
I was
mate.
expecting a wank.
That's what
Exactly, everyone is.
But golf don't wank.
No, mate, we're rife.
No, but numb hands anyway.
Not ourselves.
We wank with knives.
Nah, mate, we use a crow to scratches, mate. I'll only come when a crow's flapping its wings.
You were a big fan of Raven growing up?
That's so Raven, mate. That's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
Oh, man.
She does comedy. Last year played.
Does she?
Who was on
Aye.
Raven? Was the last who was on That's So Raven? Lindsay. Is it Lindsay McKechnie? She does comedy now.
Oh, does
no,
she?
Lindsay
Aye.
McEwen. Can't remember her name, but she's on the scene now.
I was a big fan of that when I growing up, to be fair.
Aye,
So
she
Raven.
was I can't lie.
No, I was beyond that, mate. I was into.
You were in.
I was watching the OC at that point. I
You were in the room in the dark. You were in the room in the dark.
I was
The
watching
horror movies on.
I was watching Dawson's Creek. Then, mate, I'd moved on. I moved on to harder stuff. Raven was a gateway program for me, mate, to get
Started
the
at
harder,
close, ended up in Pigeons.
to get to the harder stuff, mate, like OC and fucking ER and all that. Only watch programs with two initials on them. Then ET, mate.
You like his finger, don't you?
Only come when he's coming home.
When you go.
The drinking game. Every time ET's finger lights up, you put your finger up your ass.
We'll get it out first. You don't start with it.
ET for home.
Get him to coach a job out, you know.
Still my part of that
I know,
camera.
sorry, I had to use that. I've
I
been
know.
choked to use it.
Anyway.
But back to comedy anyway.
So you said...
What's this been for the past hour?
I don't know, I need to get my finger up there first.
It's fine.
I'm like that.
Is this a dream? This feels like a fucking fever dream, innit? What's going on?
It's no wet dream anyway.
So, I was saying to you before that your pal, Gary Little, had a
aye.
massive impact on you, passed away sadly.
Aye, but Gary was one of these guys who never had a bad gig. You know what I mean? So he was kind of like a mentor.
Different to yourself then.
Sorry?
A serious story.
No, it's fine, it's fine. No, big Gary, mate. I always kind of looked at gigs coming up and who I'm on with. And whenever I was on the gig, whenever I was on the lineup with Big Gary, I always like, it's got a belter, the big band's on. And I tell you what, he didn't miss you neither. See, like if you ran over your time or you're taking the piss a wee bit, he'd be like, what the fuck's going on, Rob? I mean, he kind of pull you back. I mean, actually, remember my first gig where I hosted, it was Jonglers at the time. It turned into Glee. And I hosted one of the Saturday night gigs in there. And I was hosting, I think Janie Godley was on, Big Gary was on, I think it was Des Clark. So pure stellar lineup, right? And I'm hosting this night. And I'm pure nervous. I'd only been going for a couple of years. And I'm talking to, so the Jongleur stage in Glasgow used to be really high and the audience were like below you. So I was talking to like the first row and all that at the gig. I just see Big Gary, silhouette, just kind of pacing about the back of the room. I'm like, fuck, pure nervous. I'm like, what do you do for a living? Pure classic patter, right? Big Gary walking about. And then the break came up in the green room. Big Gary's like, what the fuck you doing, Rob? I was like, what, mate? He's like, we talking to the fucking front row at a Jongleurs gig for, and they can't consider him. I was like, good point, mate. Aye. He's like, fuck's sake, get it fucking sorted. So you need something to like pull you back in.
100%.
You know
Keep your head above
In
water.
any walk of life, I think. You need
Because
somebody to
a
pull you
lot of
back.
comedians would just kind of be happy to see you kind of dang your arse.
Yeah.
Because it's
yeah.
it must be a
Try to help
selfish. I was about to say a selfish sport, but it must be a selfish job in that sense where you're like, if he's done bad, let me try and capitalise on that.
There's another kind of comedian who I won't name, and when I first started, I was kind of hosting a few gigs. I asked him for advice. He's like, why would I give you advice? He's like, imagine a row of shops all selling the same product. Why would I want your product to get sold better than so?
So you get it for
fuck.
both sides.
Sorry, you've not said his name, but fuck that guy. You know what I mean? There we go.
No comment, but the initials are.
We'll put it down the bottom of the screen later on. I know, but see, as you say that, you're not asking for his fucking material. You know, at the end of the day, you're asking for a bit of advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But everyone's got their demons as well, mate. So at the end of the day,
of course, but he might have had a bad day.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly.
It was Daniel Powter, mate.
The old DP.
No, you had a bad day.
I got it. I got it. I'm old enough to remember that. So you were talking earlier as well, just to touch on your coaching. You've coached some football.
Aye. So I started off. I played a wee bit when I was younger. I was in Clydebank Academy and all that when I was younger. I played a few junior teams myself, and then I got into my coaching badges. Started off with my boys, actually coaching my boys, and then I kind of got the bug a wee bit. Did my badges. I did some work with Rangers. Ended up in the kind of the academies, working with Thistle and Livingston and that. And then when my boys were a wee bit older, I got into juniors. I was coaching a few junior teams. I was playing at Dorey, ended up becoming player coach at Dorey, then Made Hill Juniors and that at the time. And then I was over at Hart Hill last year actually, with the gaffer was brilliant over there, boy Alan Davidson, name check, who had his kind of B license and stuff. So I learnt so much from him. But he was so organised and everything he did was meticulous and you know what I mean, and didn't miss the details and had playbooks for everything, corners and throw-ins and everything, and in possession, out of possession, transitions and all that. And the training was very detailed. Yeah. So I learned so much. So and then I've worked with guys who are the opposite side of it. You know what I mean? So I've been asked to get into a club. I don't want to name them just now. It's not being confirmed, but I've been asked to get into
to be confirmed.
Yet to be confirmed.
The Two Diddies will
I've
put
been asked
it
to get
out.
into another junior, but still as kind of first team coach. But within the next few years, I want to definitely be kind of head coach at a decent junior level. I feel as though I've got enough experience and I'm good enough, and I've got my main ideas, I've got main philosophies and all that. And I feel as though that's where I should be, kind of coaching at a decent level junior soon.
And does your comedy side come out when you're coaching football, or are you a different guy?
I'm a different beast, mate, when it comes to football. I'm very kind of focused.
I can imagine that, but you see the way the passion you talk about it, because you can kind of see, obviously, you go for having a bit of joke out of the pattern, and then you're like, no, I like the football's proper when you're talking about it.
So I had two escapisms growing up, no gonna lie, and they were kind of humour and comedy, humour and football. You know what I mean? So, I mean, when I was wee, I had a ball out in the street with my mates, and the old cliche, you're out till the street lights come on, and sometimes even beyond that, and then you get popped away. And then back then in the drum, you had the big street games, so your street team went and played another street team.
We used to get hanged off a clone all the time. That would be at the pitches at my house, used to play all the time. Brilliant,
It's talking about big riots, not that. I've been cracked a few times playing street games.
100%. We used to fucking get the cages, make the cages in, man. Cages just to fun tap you and you hit them. I loved, honestly.
But there was a story I know when, so I wanted to get into refereeing and all that. So I remember I was injured at the time. I done my ankle, broke my ankle and that when I was younger as well. Just weak ankles. I was born with weak ankles. I think that's what kind of held me back a wee bit. At 24, I had a triple fracture dislocation. I was playing with St Anthony's in the juniors and that. I'd done that. And it was never right since then, know what I mean? So obviously kind of weak ankles up to then as well. I broke it a few times when I was away, and then it was never the same, know what I mean? And so my mate was like, we're playing against this other street team, right, too. Pure dodgy street. Some of the biggest gangsters for the drum were playing this other team, right? We're playing against them. Like, we want a referee for this game. So I gave a penalty. Against this guy who's like a pure ticket. He's like, was that right, referee? Crack. And buffed my nose.
I know what you say.
But I bet that. Red card.
It went to red when it started, on the blood was on it.
I know.
Just the own card.
But one of the other guys, that his team, who was another bit of a ticket, was like, see, in fairness, big man, he stuck to your guns, mate. Fucking well played, mate. Well played.
Yeah, I think they respect it sometimes, don't they?
And the guy did go off. He did sit. He did sit.
He's a respectable gangster. You know what I mean? He's like, I got my dig in. You know what I mean?
I've done my part. And then afterwards, he's like, you don't get your £2 off me now.
There's £2 there.
No, but I did.
Come get it, man.
Apparently, sent the guy off. He cracked me in the nose, bust my nose, and one of the other guys in the team was like, see, in fairness, big man, at least you're the boss of the day.
100%. Because if you share it, because all the other cunts would have fucking battled you probably.
Exactly.
I'm getting hit off one and another
11.
That's it, mate.
So obviously getting back to the comedy, so over the 20 years, what would you say the difference is when you started, see like green rooms and stuff like that, or what would you say is the big difference that you've noticed? You think so? Social media has had a big effect on that?
I think so, mate. I think a lot more people are using socials more to kind of get themselves out there. And like materials changed as well. It's definitely don't want to sound like kind of an old dinosaur here, but it's definitely tightened up a lot more comedy, and it's no as you don't get away with as much as you used to get away with back in the days.
There's so many similar comedians in there. I feel like sometimes I'm watching clips of it, I'm just like, I heard that guy say the same thing, but in the old ones I used to watch, had their own material every time. They're saying kind of cadence different.
Because you see them all now, because social media, you're going to see them all the time. Whereas back then,
you
only the telly.
You
only get seen if you're at the gig on the telly.
So I remember when I started being go for a couple of years, I done a gig at the Stand, and know the boy Daniel Sloss. Daniel was kind of big.
Unbelievable, by the way.
So Daniel's mum and his dad used to manage him. So Daniel was doing his first hour at Edinburgh. So he was wanting to try. So he did 2 30-minute segments. So his mum asked me, and I didn't realise it was Kevin Bridges at the time. So I was showing, it's called Adam Smith Theatre in Kirkcaldy. So, and it sold out because Daniel had built a bit of following. That's where he's from. He's from Kirkcaldy.
He's massive though, even over American stuff. He's
big
really
Netflix
big.
specials that now. So his mum saw me at the Stand and wanted me to support him. So I went over, did this show. I picked up Kev and Duntoker when we drove over to Kirkcaldy, Adam Smith. So I did the first 20 minutes, and then Daniel did his half an hour, and then had a break. Kev did 20, and then Daniel did his second half an hour. And that was his show that he did, his first show at the Edinburgh Festival. And then driving back in the morning, like, Kev's like, I'm pure nervous. I was like, how? He's like, oh, that's been a Michael McIntyre roadshow thing came out like the following week. It was on the telly.
Right.
And that's when Kev just exploded as well.
Yeah, he went crazy.
That was brilliant, that show, though. He would have, people would just come on, you're like, who is he? That must have been like such a gateway show to get. Obviously, he must have done well to get on that. Yeah. But once you were seen on that, people were always.
But people don't realise, but Kevin was kind of grafting for about 5-6 years.
Of course, that's what I was going to say. You never see that. You never see the pubs and the fucking family parties and all that.
You just think they just turn up one day and they're funny.
But Kevin actually wasn't meant to do that show. Neither it was another Scottish comedian who pulled out at the last minute.
That's the kind of
that's the opportunity.
That's the way you need to take.
And obviously Kev just exploded and. He still didn't give me fucking petrol money for that.
Still waiting for it. Kev, if you see this, he's looking for his petrol money.
Probably afford it. So to bond that bill as well, I mean, like, I'd only been going for a couple of years. And so again, but it's like, I mean, there's probably factors in my personal life that kind of held me back a wee bit, kind of going to that level as well.
Yeah,
at the time where I had to kind of pull back a wee bit, and I couldn't go and travel to day gigs here, there, and everywhere, just because of my personal life at the time.
It's just one of those things. Sometimes you don't have the luxury. A lot of these people probably are single, no wains, no family or anything, and they're out there just rolling the road. They're just.
I told you I did an interview for a magazine the other day.
Oh, here we go. GQ.
FHM. The first fucking Jackie. Remember that?
Remember that? The digger, by the
way. First question woman asked me is, "What? I've seen you lots of times doing comedy. Why you not made it?" I was like, "Thanks for that. Bring me right back down there."
That's such a loaded question. What do you mean made it? You've asked me for a fucking interview. You know what I mean? I've fucking made it enough.
What
was the reply to that though? That's a bit because that take you back a wee bit, or did you obviously just roll with the punches?
I just kind of said, listen, people, end of the day, we all kind of find a place.
Plus, what's your thing of making it? What do I need to be fucking Netflix to be fucking make it, or do I need to be doing what you do, selling the shows and stuff?
To go to that level anyway.
Well, listen, I always kind of say people, kind of a good quote. Past few years I've done a lot of kind of mindfulness and all that. I used to work with Men Matter.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe actually done a charity event for them, didn't
Aye, mate. So I was in there as a support worker for a while, and through the training you do a lot of kind of mindfulness stuff and all that. And just the kind of age old saying, just don't judge it, just kind of stay in your lane. Don't judge anyone's success. Don't judge your own success by anyone else's.
Yeah.
And that's for then on, mate, that's kind of my mantra, because I was getting a wee bit like, how come XYZ's doing that and I'm doing that? What have I done? And blah, blah, blah. But end of the day, there's always other factors at play. you just need to kind of go over the punches and just stay in your own lane.
I mean, that's what social media is a bit of a bastard for as well, because people live a pure fake fucking life. And you're like, oh shit, they're doing this, he's out there, he's whatever.
You seen the one? It's the apple, and it's the half chewed apple at the front. It's like Insta, and you see the nice part. And at the back of the apple, it's all rotten.
There's a few like that, similar to that.
Some ones when it's like shows you the photo and it's like everyone just looking at their phone, but the phone's took away. Because just their face, man. You're like, by the way, man, life's right there in front of you. You know what I mean?
Anyway, we've got some 10 quick fire questions here.
You only had 9 a minute ago.
I just pulled one out my arse there.
And your finger.
And yours.
And if you're drinking every time, if you're taking a shot every time,
that's it. Get ET on.
Drink now. Drink now.
You want to take us away then?
So, what is your best place to gig?
Comedy club.
Comedy club.
No, recently, like kind of Blackfriars I've had really, really good gigs in there recently. Just everything, just the kind of the setup of it, the low ceilings, the audience are right on top of you. I've had a few really, really good nights in Blackfriars.
Plus the 2-for-1 pizza you get. I know people must be buzzing with that.
I've lost nearly 2 stone recently, so maybe that's why I've not been gigging there recently.
So we're going to go to worst place. If you want to just cancel that audience out.
Worst place I've gigged.
Aye, worst place you've gigged, not the worst place, just like where you've had a bad night maybe.
I've done a few gigs in places. It's just kind of, it's more like the kind of aesthetics of the place. See if it's a really high ceiling and the audience are miles away from you.
Yeah.
Remember, I done a gig actually in a church, believe it or not, up at, see if you go along Churnside Road, there's a church that sits on the left just before you get to kind of, as you're leaving Milton and all that, before you get to Auchinleck and all that.
Yeah, I know where you are.
I've done a football team night in there, man, and like, it was a big massive hall and the tables were miles away from you. So it's no set up properly.
It's no properly.
So you want to be nice to come back, talk about the cunt back there.
End up jumping off the stage and just kind of walking about on the tables, you know what I mean? So
we actually had that a football night as well, actually. I think it was like a speakers night. I think it was Tam Cowan done it, and he done that. He actually just walked around the tables.
I'm doing a gig soon with Tam, actually.
He's brilliant.
For Pennycook FC, I think, for Tam.
So let's have 3 words to describe you as a comic. Big, bold and beautiful.
Oh, believe it or not. That's my Tinder, I told you that.
The 3 B's.
It's an alliteration of the B. Sorry, my comedy, I'd say. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'd say sharp. I'd say dark. No, do I like my women? No, I'd say.
I feel like I say coffee now.
No, shaved. No, I'd say. Joking. I'd say. I don't know, mate. Observational, sharp, and life.
Yeah, perfect.
I like that.
Aye,
I like
aye,
that.
aye.
I like
So
that.
this is when you fling your football in it. What is the worst? Is that the tension of the penalty shooter, or when the crowd goes silent? What do you think? What do you feel the worst in there? Get your back against the wall with that?
Say that again.
So when there's like a penalty shootout, the tension of that, or see when the crowd goes silent,
The nerves.
what's the feeling of that?
Right, I get it.
What's worse?
What's worse? Because I know the penalty shootout, I've never had the crowd go silent. People are always laughing.
No, I'd say the penalty shootout, because I know the crowd's silent. I know there's got to be a big roar coming soon. So.
There we go. That was quick.
I love
So what's your biggest comedy ick? Like your hack style and stuff like
that.
Loads.
People stealing material.
Oh.
People doing other comedians' jokes, or kind of regurgitating and changing other comedians' material.
Yeah.
And then making it that it's a rule.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a rule in comedy where you don't plagiarise. You know what I mean?
Of course,
you should have your own voice.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
it must be hard as well, but with so many comics out
I
there
know.
to
I
have like your
do you know
own.
what? When you're writing material, it's hard enough, because if you watch a lot of comedy in your head, you're thinking, is that mine, or did I hear that somewhere?
So the way I would think with that is like, do you do the like do you write a script? Are you more freelance, like just having it, or do you have like wee points that you know you're going to speak about and then?
No, so I've
go
got
with the
kind of
crowd?
notes in my phone, mate, and whenever I think of something funny, I write it down.
Aye, perfect.
And I never write word for word. It's just like bullet points that I write, and then I just kind of let it flow
It's
organically.
a lot better. That's what
See how it goes.
You've seen the way we do it, obviously, and take notes. I like that.
Yeah.
My master's funny, but
Cheers.
And that's us done. Only 5 a day. We'll
thank
do
God.
5.
Right, this one. Which comedian would make the best footballer?
oh, good question.
Yeah, there you get my 5s with him there.
Oh, mate, I tell you. Oh, see, when I first started as well, we used to be a comedy 5s, right? And Frankie Boyle and Kevin Bridges and that, we played up at Firhill one time.
Yeah.
And it was the worst game of 5s I had in my life. Because I don't know if you watched Soccer Aid when Kevin played in it.
No. He used to be up at goals every week.
I know.
All the time.
You've played up the goals again. You're no bad player.
Aye,
we did in the Monday night game.
Aye, mate, aye. So, mate, mate, I swear to God, the ball was like in the middle of Frankie and Kevin, and the ball was moving side to side. And the two, it was like, see the table football. You slide the players back forward. That's what two of them.
Why these Spider-Man memes are just like that?
The ball was like sliding. I was like, "Some good game." I was pure. That was one of my ex. Was watching comedians trying to play football.
I can imagine. They've got
so have you got one that you think stands out?
Who would be a good footballer?
Aye, or who you've seen?
I think Roscoe McClellan's quite a good footballer actually. We actually said we gave him a 5s at goal at Glasgow Green, and Roscoe is not a bad footballer. You know what I'm talking about, Roscoe McClellan?
No, I'll be having a wee look at him.
So if you're talking about kind of mainstream comedians that you may know, and I would say who would be a good footballer. Find about their attributes looking at them. Say they're really bad. Don't say one I would have got cancelled for there, but I'm not going to go there.
No, always done with draft.
Just tell us.
Aye. Cancel yourself, get us up. We'll get the views.
Come back to that one. Let's come back to that one.
Come back to that one. Favourite up and coming comedian?
There we go.
Up and coming. Well, I kind of mentioned it at the start, but the boy Mark Black. Ever seen Mark Black?
By the way, honestly,
I love Mark stuff. I love Mark stuff.
Black, we love you. Have you on. By the way, if you see this, mate.
Mark's brilliant, guys. I love his stuff. It's that kind of absurd, but kind of dark absurdity. Character
it's
stuff.
It's
So
pure group chat. It's pure JB group chat part of stuff. You just see your daft pal saying and stuff.
Even think his face. He just
there's a few other. I mean, you obviously you feel like Dan Connell and all that, and Dan stuff's kind of similar.
Great, honestly.
Kind of absurd and kind of dark absurdity. But that's the kind of I like that kind of dark absurd kind of comedy.
Proper Glaswegian, but it's like that way they're no trying to pure. You see a lot of people Americanising their part and being on that way. Like they're just like yourself. You just say
it's real, mate. It's real.
Yeah, real, relatable as well. I suppose.
I was watching YouTube clips of Mark last night and all that. I was killing myself, you know what I mean? And Mark's a talented musician as well.
I was going to say the one he's done the hanging on the dance floor. I'm not going to pure steal his. I'm not going to plagiarise here, but I mean, like, it's honestly Highland.
Aye, brilliant, mate.
Another funny one's Mark Dallas as well. I think he's hilarious.
He's not a comedian, though, is he?
No, but he's just hilarious.
He's a funny guy.
Instagram's
funny. I like he done the clip. What was it? The kind of 80s kind of Glasgow.
Aye, he's so funny, man.
Mark's a funny guy.
Aye. Right, next one: stage or the sideline?
Oh, coaching, you mean? Different, totally different animals, man. Being on stage, I probably feel more
at home,
more relaxed. But at the side of the park, I'm always kind of focused in, so I don't get to enjoy it as much. You feel as though you're kind of holding your breath for 90 minutes.
It's a different energy in it. You're using for that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a kind of pent up frustration.
Yeah,
you're more in control on stage.
Aye,
you know what I mean?
The comedy lets it more out, and whereas the football brings it in.
It's probably different, as you say, different emotions because you're trying to get the laughter. I think a lot of anger comes out in the football, doesn't it? Yeah.
And like in the change, I love tactical stuff as well. I love talking and
in depth.
I feel as though I do my work in the change room before the game.
Yeah, I mean, talking on the pitch, kind of thing.
You kind of talk about the tactics and all that, and then if players aren't doing it, then it's good. You can kind of refer them back to that.
There's a point of reference.
Aye, like on Saturday there as well. Kind of changed the shape. The team I was coaching there on Sunday because we were playing against a Cali League team, and the team I was coaching were kind of Saturday morning, and we beat them. I think the change of shape helped us, but we played a 3-5-2 and a 5-3-2, and then we were attacking into a 3-2-5. So there was lots of transitions in the team. But then the left wing back was struggling with the transition. So I was like, mate, I was like, with my transition defensively, you tuck in with the left centre back, so you're fucking pushing them out wide. You're not a fucking left winger. You're lose my shit, mate, at the side of the park. But just a wee guy didn't get it. You know what I mean? But
you fucking got it after that.
I got it after that, mate. I know. I'm sure. But then he realised because then we were more control when we had the ball, we were in more possession, we weren't as exposed, and on a transition when we never attacking this, we could turn over possession quicker because we had more bodies behind the ball. Just all that.
Yeah.
So it's about explaining why. Rather than just kind of saying it. So explain it why. I think, and I'm quite good at kind of breaking it down for players.
Yeah.
No, definitely. So you love both of them then? That's what
we're
going to say. That's what I was just about to say. That's a good thing that you're able to tap into different sides of yourself rather than
100%.
So imagine you're landing the fucking stage. Oh, you fucking bastard.
Mate, the joke is the guy popped his ball.
You watch ET, his fingers in his arse. That's it.
Fucking tune in, mate. Fucking tune in.
Would you buy a ticket for you? Listen, fuck's sake, get it.
Next one is funniest player nickname.
Oh,
so like
you must have a
funniest.
fucking few. What about your own actually first? Did you ever get any good nicknames for yourself?
Mine was just Kenny, mate.
Kenny?
Nickname's
Kenny.
Kane.
Aye,
So
that's usually how it goes.
that's the
Isn't it?
kind of. I was good at giving people nicknames
Aye,
actually.
I can imagine.
The guy I used to call Rick Moranis, it kind of came to
That can't be honest, I Shrunk the Kids and
That's
that.
the one.
Aye,
Aye.
there we
So
go.
he came out. I was always the kind of the guy in the changing room. He was kind of when I played. I was always the kind of
Aye, the banter.
the voice.
Aye,
I
of
was
course.
a
Aye.
banter guy.
Yeah.
So I played with a team, and a guy came in, wee John, God love him, man, and he came in and changed him his first game, and he mad colour hair and all that, and he had glasses. I was like, I went beside fucking Rick Moranis here. It's like this fucking little shop of horrors. And the guy never showed up his glasses again.
Shaved his hair off.
Aye, mate, I know, but he's a lawyer now, successful. Look at me now.
is
fuck's
he?
sake. But
I know,
no.
on the Two
But I always
Diddies
gave it.
podcast.
And
Talk about him.
big guy played for us, Big Tony, and I called him Tiger. Tony the Tiger. Ended up calling him Tigro, and then Tigro Loco and all that.
His
they-
nicknames always grow, don't they?
Aye,
They
that
always
Tiger
grow.
does it. Aye, that's
And the
funny.
guy growing up, his nickname was Buffer.
Buffer.
And nobody ever knew where it came
Why?
from. Just always known as Buffer.
Aye.
And then it turned into
Big Buffer.
LaBeouf. The guy played for
LaBeouf.
Chelsea.
Aye, yeah,
LaBeouf.
yeah,
And then Boff. And then
Just get shot
Aye,
every
just get shot,
time.
mate,
B.
just evolves, mate. Just evolves, and then fucking a guy I know, just on a guy I went to school with. His name was Mooney. So his name was won't say his full name, but he used to love the Moomins. Used to be a cartoon when I was younger called the Moomins.
Aye, I know.
We used to
Oh,
call
I've thought
Moomin
of it.
Papa, right? And then Moomin went into Mooney, and then Moon, and then he just gets called
Aye.
No.
Mooney. now.
Funny how they just
I
move
know,
like
know what I mean? Guys, nicknames are mental, but I
Yeah.
was always the guy that kind of, I've got a mate I grew up with, and his nickname, I call him Bo, because he looked a bit like Eric Bo Anderson, used to play for Rangers, with ginger hair and all that. Called Bo.
It's straight off appearance, innit? But you didn't want to hear their name. You're like, right, who do you
Well, I
like?
used to get called Duncan Ferguson.
Did
I used to
you,
call
Big
it.
Dunk?
I
You
looked
a
a
couple
bit
of
like
them?
Duncan.
Yeah,
I
aye.
looked a bit Duncan Ferguson.
Is
when I
that the
was
kind of
younger.
player you were?
Aye, mate, I
Aye.
was kind of all elbows and kind of authored and blunder, mate, but I was actually quite technical and all. I was quite
Aye,
techy,
yeah.
the way you talk about the game, I can imagine. it's
Aye,
really
you
getting
must
it.
need to.
But I was quite good in the air. I think because I was good. I used to
Aye.
score a lot of goals in my head and all that from
Aye.
corners and stuff.
Big
and set
Dunk,
plays.
man. That's no bad name to
I
get
used to
first.
score a lot of own goals.
Like Midley Park, I used to win like most duels
Aye.
in the air.
Yeah.
Midley Park, aye. But then I was good with
You've
bottom
got
of
the
feet.
stature for it.
I was good at bottom of feet, mate. I could kind of see a pass early.
Aye. Brilliant.
So you were saying obviously about injuries before. Is that what you felt hindered you going up in the leagues and stuff like that?
Aye, like when I was younger, mate, I always had kind of weak ankles, and like when I was 24, triple fracture dislocation, and I was in with ants. No, I was still trying to play amateurs on a Sunday, I know as well. I shouldn't have been. I was doing too much, and I actually broke it playing fucking amateur on a Sunday, and I was in with juniors. I was playing as a ringer, and I'd done it. I just remember when ambulance on the park, the gas in the air, and fucking apparently
Fuck's sake.
all the boys had to help
Fucking
the
hell.
ambulance push the ambulance off the park, so they get stuck in the mud and all that. I'm lying back the ambulance, and fucking the team's pushing the ambulance off the park. I woke up 3 days later in the old Surrey General, fucking like that, out my bush, man, with a wee pen, the morphine
Oh,
pen.
I love that thing, man.
And because apparently I was just lying there, and the guy's like, we need to click your ankle back into place,
Oh.
not so they had to reset it, right?
Aye.
And so I woke up big stooky. There was a guy opposite me in a bed, man, and he had like head to toe, and both his fucking arms were in traction, his legs. Apparently he was a roofer, and he fell off a ladder.
But
He's lying there. All I could see was his fucking
Not a
eyes,
good
and mummy.
roofer.
So I woke up, so the adrenaline fucking had worn off
Aye.
2 3 days later, and I'm just kind of opposite in this bed in the Southern General. When the days used to have dorms in the hospital,
Yeah.
you see the guy's eyes. I was like, oh, it's self greeting, man.
It's like that, legs now.
And the guy's like, oh, fuck. The guy picked it up his nurse's buzzer. They pressed the nurse's buzzer, and the nurse came out, and then the guy just said, fucking these words, just beautiful at the time. He just kind of said to the nurse, you're a big guy, a bottle of mine, bro.
I didn't say that. He's like,
And then he gave it.
fucking.
And then the nurse fucked off, and the guy went like this, don't worry, big chap, give the money for that later. Still waiting on it.
That happened with myself playing football. Though. I broke my arm on my 13th birthday, and the guy's like, you need to go, and he's like, right, put your both arms up. I've done that. He's like, get him up the fucking hospital,
Mate.
mate. I'm like, what the fuck
Mate.
you talking?
Mate, I get done a belter, mate. It was a wee Spanish consultant, right? I was lying in the hospital bed, the wee Spanish consultant coming in, the wee surgeon guy. I was like, will I be able to play football again? He's like, could you play football before? I was like, aye. He's like, I had someone who broke their head. He's like, and he asked me if I could play piano after I broke hand. And I said, yes. And the guy went, that's funny because I couldn't play fucking piano before.
I thought you said they were Spanish. No,
Where's
German.
he from?
Half Spanish.
Is he regardless?
Half Spanish, half Arabic, mate.
Anyway, we've got one more on this favourite karaoke song.
Are you a big singer?
Yeah, I do love a karaoke.
Oh, I love this. There we
I'm
go.
going to lie, mate. My go-to, I used to,
Hits me a
I've
couple.
kind of changed. through the years, mate. I used to do a wee bit of Mustang Sally back in the day.
Oh, that's a crowd pleaser.
Mustang Sally.
That's a crowd
What up,
pleaser.
mate? I've got a voice on me, boys.
I
Not got a
can
live voice.
imagine that though.
I can chant, boys.
go
You
on.
shoot better slow.
Oh,
You
there we
Mustang
go.
now. But anyway, I went into a wee bit of Bon Jovi, boys. Living on a prayer.
Brilliant.
You're hitting the
Once upon a
crowd.
time.
You're smart with it though, because that's the ones even if you don't sing in the crowd, sing it for you, don't
But
they?
recently, mate, it's the Killers, mate. All these things I've done. I got soul, but I'm not a soul man.
Oh, yeah.
I got ham, but I'm not a hamster.
Brilliant.
You write
mate.
your own lyrics at all?
Brilliant. Aye, me.
But it's actually when I get called out, I don't know the words to it.
I know, I just
fucking-
make them up.
That's the whole point in karaoke, make a big screen in front of you.
I've never done.
Anyway,
too
mate, just before we finish up, what's next for you?
Go to Costco. Maybe listen to the new Taylor Swift album on the way over. No,
That's what you were saying about earlier.
I've got a stacked weekend of gigs. I do a kind of monthly residency in the Clyde Bar in Helensburgh. Been doing it for over 3 years, every month actually down there. So doing it in the Clyde Bar Helensburgh with one of my other favourite acts on the circuit, a guy called Joe Heenan, who's fantastic. Joe was one of these guys again. Kind of when I first started, even before when I used to go and see gigs with Viv and Joe was coming up, always used to love him, his style of comedy. So I'm on with Joe this weekend. And then on Saturday, that's Friday, and then on Saturday, I'm doing a gig in Uddingston Bowling Club, a wee charity event. So I'm doing that on Saturday. So I've got a stacked weekend coming up. Aye.
Perfect. So if you're in Helensburgh Friday, get down.
Clyde Bar,
You're big,
Helensburgh, aye.
Clyde Bar. So is it every month, do you say?
Usually around about the last Friday of the month, we hit in there, but obviously it's Halloween next Friday, so we brought it forward to
The
this
one all the
this
golf's
week.
coming out.
Hey, I'll be doing there, mate. I'll be doing there.
That's why you can't do next week.
I'll be doing that with my dog collar on, mate. My chain, mate.
I'll need to get it back.
I'll be doing there, mate. With fucking my nails painted black and all that.
I
mate.
think you'll shoot it.
Aye.
My fucking my eyeliner on that one.
I thought you didn't wear that. Hey, got him there just before the
Go for
end.
you.
No, well, that's another episode of the Two Diddies done. Rob, honestly, can't thank you enough for coming on. We're
Unreal,
Pleasure,
mate.
boys.
going to
Pleasure.
plug
Unreal,
anything
mate.
that you've
Really
got
enjoyed
coming
that.
up. But
Cheers, boys.
aye, pleasure.
Pleasure,
Loved
mate.
that,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Cheers,
Rob.
Cracking, man.
Cheers.
Nice go.